So I've been at Latimer for 3 years now. It's a business that's been going about 10 years. I moved over from Majestic. So worked the shop floor in the Battersea store for a couple of years. Sort of that was how I sort of cut my teeth into the wine world. And then wanted to go down a slightly more specialised route, go to a more fine wine merchant, and then got introduced to Michael and James, the two directors at Latimer. And hit it off, and I've been there for 3 years really. So we're a fine wine merchant, so majority of the wine that we sell, we import directly from our suppliers in France. So we're set up as a Burgundy specialist. So the majority of our wines come from our Burgundy winemakers. But over the past, probably since COVID, we've looked to expand our portfolio a lot more. So we now bring in some Gruyere Champagne. We've also expanded into Italy, so particularly Piedmont, sort of Barbarescos, Barollos, and also we've started importing a Chianti producer as well. We have probably a relatively small client base. Each of the sales guys look after a small number of collectors who will come to us for tailored advice. The idea is they buy from us long term. It's not necessarily a transactional business in the sense of one purchase and then that's it. So a lot of the business is set up on retaining business and how we can do that. So clients can also store their wines with us. So we're partnered with a company called Nexus Wine, who manage our client reserves. And in between us and Nexus, we help clients, whether it's rationalise their cellars, or whether it's gaps that we think they can buy into, or whether it's worth them taking some wines out of storage. So it's sort of a whole service in that on the fine wine front, really. I think a diversification of our portfolio has really helped. I think for a number of years, being set up as a Burgundy specialist really meant that we had we had what we thought was a very good but very small portfolio, in the sense of it was of a certain style. And so I think that expansion has really helped us. It's brought in clients who maybe wouldn't have bought from us before. I also think the sales team has gone from 3 to 6. So from that perspective, we've brought a wider variety and range of clients in, and every salesperson has a slightly different angle. So we've been able to offer a probably slightly more tailored service to our clients. They can come in and there'll be a certain salesperson that will probably be more naturally suited to selling to them, and we can do that. Whereas previously we probably had a very certain type of client that would come to us. So I think that's been a big driver, really. It's interesting, through COVID there was a significant boom in a lot of the in the market, but there's been a certain correction over the past couple of years. And as a Burgundy specialist, that is something we've as a fine wine Burgundy specialist, we've certainly seen that, whether it's slight price corrections and a lot of pressure. The wines we're buying are in tiny quantities, and when you have external factors such as vintage variants, something like 2021 where frost really damaged the crops, where a market that was already probably really at its top really struggled to cope. So we saw a correction in that. But again, we're still selling, and I think it's about explaining to clients as to it's all about communication with clients as to how and why things have gone a certain way. Just having done 2022 Burgundy, it was quite interesting to see how, from a supplier perspective, they've reacted to the market, and also from a client perspective. So, prices generally stayed consistent with 2021, which was encouraging to some extent, and also clients have realised that. And wines for everyday drinking, we're still selling, and probably almost I'd argue selling more than we have over the past few years. The top end is something we haven't sold much of, but actually as a merchant looking to probably expand our portfolio at the drinking side of things, it's really helped us in that sense. So, markets are always complicated and multifactored. So regarding margin, being direct importers is a huge driving force of that. It gives us the power and also the flexibility. Talking, as I was saying earlier, about market variability, it gives you flexibility down the line. if it comes to a price correction, you've got room to manoeuvre. Equally, the other way, obviously you can then look to increase margin and make some more money. We do a bit of broking side of things as well, which is at the other end of the margin scale, but that does give us good flexibility with our portfolio as well. Managing client reserves means that if there are gaps in our portfolio and we've got clients that are willing to sell, we can look to plug those gaps. And not holding that stock also gives us some flexibility in that sense as well. So is that it does give us very good flexibility on that front. You look at it, you look at our stock list, or you think about what areas in which you can improve on, and with accessibility to our client reserves, and most of our clients storing at least a proportion of their cellar with us, it gives us good flexibility on that front. So. About a year ago, I sat down with the directors and we chatted about what we can do to improve the business, and where we were before, we felt there wasn't that level of specialism that we felt the wine hub had to offer. We had a number of friends in the trade who have moved over before, who were very complimentary on the service and also the software which the hub offer. So we wanted something that was much more specialised and gave us much more flexibility. There are always pressures within business, and whether it came to things like Brexit or issues with supply chain problems and looking to be more efficient on the operational side of things was something that we really felt we needed to tighten up. And having that more specialism was something that we felt would be a better way to move forward. So supply chain visibility was really important to us. And I think from an operational perspective, getting either a snapshot of where we are with regards to all of our imports, or where we are with regards to getting wine out of our storage facility into client reserves. These are all, at the end of the day, going to be affecting your bottom line, and having flexibility with regards to that and visibility was something we really wanted to get a handle on, and moving over to the hub has really benefited that. So from an operational perspective, wanting to get wine into client reserves as efficiently as possible, and crucially understanding where we are as a business with that was something we didn't have before, and it was never an easy answer. So you couldn't go to somebody and say, where are you with, in-bond transfers, because it was difficult to really know. And I think that the hub gives you a much clearer snapshot in that term. So with regards to, whether it's how quickly you are getting them out, or whether there are certain areas of along the line that you need to be more efficient on, that's something that the hub has really helped us with. Online sales is something that has improved since moving over to the hub. We do have a website that we're proud of. How we make that as visible to clients and potential clients is something we're looking to do more of. We're very happy with how it is integrated with the hub. Previously, we had a lovely website that maybe wasn't as closely knit with our software, and having our website designed and looked after by the same company that do our software is really important to us, and I think that has been really beneficial to us as a business. And previously we had a website company we used, and we had a software company we used, and having that together as one has really helped us.